Just over 20 years ago, a new South African wine competition was conceived, one focused solely on excellence and positioned to share the excitement of the modern Cape wine industry with the fine wine markets of Europe and America. Its guidelines were simple enough. Professionally trained judges working in three-person panels with at least one of the panel members an international specialist who brings a different and broader aesthetic to the show's judgments. Panelists would seek to arrive at consensus-driven scores, with the show chairman available to resolve differences. Over the years, this model has transformed the commercial prospects of many wineries. Judges from abroad have taken the message of Cape wine to consumers around the world. The Trophy Wine Show is now the longest-running wine competition in South Africa, which rates and ranks every entry, awarding gold, silver and bronze medals and trophies only to the best-in-class gold medalists. As headline sponsor to the Trophy Wine Show, Investec celebrates the show's pursuit of excellence. For 10 years in a row, Investec has been awarded Best Private Bank and Wealth Manager in South Africa at the Financial Times of London's Global Private Banking Awards.
This is the second year that we've worked with Investec, and everything seems to be gelling very well indeed. The winning wines go to public tastings, but they also go to many tastings hosted by the bank for their obviously top clients, for their important divisions, not only in South Africa, but also abroad. And already we're booked to show wines in Switzerland. I'm expecting confirmation that we'll be showing them in London. And I've been doing tastings since last year's show all over South Africa, Southern Cape, Eastern Cape, several in Johannesburg and Pretoria. The bank really is putting its weight behind the show and taking the message of the Cape's finest wines to its clients and to its associates wherever it has a footprint.
In celebrating the most successful wines from the 2023 Trophy Wine Show, it is more important now than ever to listen to what this year's international panelists had to say about the wines they judged.
What I absolutely adored was when we moved into the oaked category of Sauvignon Blanc, because then all of a sudden you're like, okay, so here, now we're talking fine wine. We're talking a grape variety that is immensely popular around the world. Because of its popularity, it very often is not taken seriously enough. But I think that Sauvignon Blanc has got serious fine wine potential, especially if you marry it with oak. And just now next door we've come from the trophy tasting. I'm so happy. There were, unoaked and oaked Sauvignon Blancs in that category that we again looked at for the trophies. And I think there is tons of pleasure to be found. And there are people who do this incredibly well. Sort of marry the spikiness, the sort of green aromatics, then married to some kind of tropical aromatics of Sauvignon Blanc with the sort of emollients and the soothing factor of oak. And that, to me, like those counterpoles, when they get together, it is a beautiful result.
About Bordeaux blend, I mean, my main concern is that I did judge the same category last 4 years ago as when I was in South Africa, and I saw so much difference in a good way this year. I think the category has evolved enormously with stylistic dimension as well. So we found very interesting, like, let's say, cool climate style of Bordeaux blend, which of course I do enjoy a lot, but with South African twist as well. And I believe on the overall category, the oak management has been improved very much, and that's something I should grant to South Africa. You guys are doing, moving so fast. You know, in France it would take like 100 years at least to make some change in a wine category. You know, whereas here I see things are improving very fast and quickly in a very good way.
What I value about the Trophy Wine Competition and why I've come is that it's giving me an overview of where South Africa is now without any prejudice about labels, because over the last few years certain producers have zoomed up in terms of reputation, and I for one value the chance to really assess wine by wine, not knowing who produced them and not being bedazzled by a reputation. So I think that's probably the value of the Trophy Wine Competition. Obviously there are some hugely garlanded, successful producers who just think, I'm not going to put my wines in, I don't stand to gain anything. But it's a great benchmarking exercise, really. And for me, coming from an international background, to see where current South Africa stands in an international context.
In the 22 iterations of the Trophy Wine Show, the judges have reviewed just over 21,000 wines. From this number, a mere 387 have won trophies. There have been fewer than 650 gold medal winners and just over 2,000 silver medals. Half the wines entered have won no medal at all, reinforcing the message that a medal, any medal, at the Trophy Wine Show brought to you by Investec is a real achievement.